Hey boys, how's it going? It's Aki again, back with another Clash of Clans video. And you guys can skip ahead. I'll have the timestamps below. I just want to quickly give you guys a thank you. So if you guys want to just look at the attacks, you guys can hit the timestamp. But man, oh man, guys, I just had said we had hit 3,000 subscribers yesterday, and now we're already at 3,400. That is insane. So shout out to all you new guys, all the older guys. I appreciate every single one of you. The Gold Pass winners will be announced after this video. Give me about 30 minutes to an hour just because of getting the logistics set up and everything like that. I want to pick the winners because I haven't yet. I want to give that full 24 hours for that video, and then it'll be out the winners in the community tab. Don't worry, I'll put it in the pinned comment that I'm letting everyone know. I'm very clear, very transparent. You can check everything. My first giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers I've done, and I've given a free event pass. You can ask all the boys, they're still here. And then also, you guys had over 700 comments. I liked everyone. I replied to every single comment up to right now since I've been filming, obviously. But we will do way more of these. Don't worry. That's a promise I have, and we'll always be doing Gold Pass giveaways. Sometimes I'll sprinkle in some event passes like I did last time. Currently, there's no event pass right now, so I can't. But I will do another one for sure. Again, thank you guys so much. We're going to get into the Super Witches. I do have one mistake I have to mention. My replay crashed for the first live attack, but I have the replay of that, so I'll show you that. But I actually wanted to turn our attention to CWL. It's the last one. I saved my attack for you guys to do it live because we're bringing out the #1 strategy in my opinion, which is the Super Witches. Here's the army. I've shown it before. I'll have it linked in the description. The only change I've made is running the Earthquake Boots. I feel like it works really well, but for guys that have, say, just a Rage Vial or Spiky Ball up, you guys can use that. If you have Giant Gauntlet and Rage Vial, totally fine. Use whatever is best leveled up for you. For the Queen, someone brought this to my attention. The Magic Mirror, some people don't have leveled up, so don't worry, use the Invisibility Vial. Totally okay, that's what I used to use before. Warden, obviously Fireball, Rage Gem. If your Fireball is from level 18 to 26, you need 2 Earthquakes so you can drop a freeze spell. I don't drop an Invis because I like that for setting up our Fireball, and then I'm running the Unicorn on it. For Royal Champion, Hog Puppet, Haste File for right now, it's still working, but again, I can't really change just because my Rocket Spear sucks. It's only level 8, so... And then in the CC, we're running 2 Root Riders. Obviously, they've got indirect nerfs, but I feel like they still do the job that we need. So we'll go into this live attack, and then after I'll show you the first live attack that I did that technically was live, but it crashed. But I have the replay of, which we'll show, and then we'll do 7 live attacks for you guys. That's the way for you guys that are newer to the channel. That's how I do things. I show every single attack, and then after each attack, I'll go back and do a replay, and we'll kind of walk through every key detail that, say, we might have missed or that you guys didn't see, and that we could be even more detailed. So, because this is a newer army, and some of you guys haven't really seen it, because there's also new Clash players that aren't really familiar with the update. But let's first go into this attack and see what we're going to do. So, there's an Invis in the core, kind of nasty, but we're going to really look for Fireball value, and we're going to look for it that we don't need to waste too many spells. So, my thinking is landing on the Ricochet Cannon. I feel like I'm totally okay with that because I think I'll get that Expo, and then I'm going to walk through the Eagle, set my Queen funnel down here, maybe Wall Breaker in towards a Ricochet Cannon, and then King will beat with the Super Witches, and then we'll jump at this compartment, and then hopefully our troops can make it towards the Town Hall. It is a reach, but I do think it's worth it just because, honestly, we're in 3rd place. We're allowed the risks, and I want to see if the risks can pay off. So let's give it a shot, see what we can do, and then just for my sake, we can get this done. So first things first, I'm going to get the Warden up here. I'm going to drop an Invisibility here, and I think we can drop our Fireball and we should be good. Boom. That's awesome. We got the Scatter too. That's great. Now we're going to get our Super Witches here to lure back our Warden. 2 Druids. I'm going to get the King in as well. Headhunter. Make sure that all goes smoothly. Queen down here to set her funnel. Get the 2 Druid little trick that we do. I'm not going to actually invest a Super Wall Breaker there. I don't feel like it's justified, and I don't really need it. My King's kind of ignoring the funnel my Queen set. Hopefully he can turn back around. I'm going to get another Super Wall Breaker. He does turn back around. That's amazing. And then that Super Wall Breaker does reach, and then we need a jump spell kind of here. And then I'm just going to keep the Druid slowly coming in still, just because the Queens kind of did their job. She's actually still grinding, and the Root Riders will jump in front. So let's get a Rage here. I'm going to freeze this Invisibility Tower before it pops. And then when the king gets closer, I'm going to actually click his ability because this is where the earthquake boots are going to come in clutch. Right here, it's going to open up the whole rest of the base. Just spectacular. I'm going to get 2 more druids in. I'm going to rage these ones to keep everything alive. World champion still out here. I'm going to get her up top at the archer tower. And then we'll freeze when we need to. I'm going to freeze this backside. More druids join the party. The rage spell's still up. Poison's still up. Oh my gosh, I think we completely battered this base. But if we need, I'll put another rage spell down. Where's my world champion at? She's right there. Boys, we swag 2 spells, and we're going to swag our world champion ability because we don't even need it. And this just shows you how strong this army is. Like, you don't even really need crazy fireball value. Yes, this time I set it up, and I think I did a good job, but it's not the key end detail that you have to have happening. Like, just use it to set a funnel. It's kind of like Queen Charge Hybrid back in the day. Like, my Queen Charge, yes, I'd like to get the CC, I'd like to get the Town Hall, but I personally used it for like upwards of 2 years in the Legends League, and guys, I used that Queen Charge to just set my funnel. Think of the Fireball like that. You're setting your funnel for your troops to go where you want them to go. And then with the Earthquake Boots, I think they really give you benefit, but if you don't have it, don't worry. I used to run double epics, I did the Rage and the Giant Gauntlet, either or works, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. So we got our first 3-star in. Let me get the army loaded and then get the next one boosted. But I wanted to turn our attention to this replay we did. I'm sad that it wouldn't be live, but I'm sorry about that. I just couldn't. It crashed on me. I don't know what it is, but my replays keep crashing. Okay, but that aside. So what I decided to do here, I was like, you know what? Where's my best fireball? And should I like do a little deeper one? Should I land on this ricochet cannon? Or should I just take the easy quick fireball in this archer tower? Where should I target it? Well, you guys can see this base is symmetrical. So all these archer towers are at the corner. Town Hall's over here. For me, I like to be a little bit more risky. I felt like it's not a CWL attack. And look, even in that CWL attack, I approached the Town Hall from the opposite side. So I'm totally cool with doing that. It's just a thing I find fun, if I'm being real. So I'm just going to drop my fireball here on this archer tower. Not worry too much about it. That funnel will be set. And then I'm going to let the rest of my heroes in towards here. Get my king in with the super witches through the monolith. Queen kind of at 9 o'clock to set her funnel. And then we're kind of trying to break into this compartment and then get into this rage tower. Because the rage tower, if I'm being honest, guys, is very nasty to your troops. So be careful, especially when there's like a lot of multi-archer towers there and the 2 scatter shots. That's disgusting. And the inferno. So drop my warden. This is like a 3-second fireball. Usually, according to Itsu, because he's the one that made this army, is anywhere from 5 to 20 seconds at max. There goes the king. Careful of the monolith. I get a free spell on him. This time you're actually going to see a little bit of a mistake I make too. Hence why I really wanted to show this replay. Is because I popped my king ability a little bit too early. I don't know why I did that. I feel like I was a little bit panicked. I thought the troops wouldn't go towards the core. And this time I actually kind of struggled. The druids split. If you keep 2 druids on your super witches, they will stay alive during everything. But my druids kind of went 1v1, and then they finally returned to the super witches. So I got a next set of 2 to get in there. And then at this point, they haven't really broken the wall. One of the super witches at this side, one gets taken out by the queen. So we've got 1 super witch up left in that core. So at this point, I am stressing. So I get my royal champion out at the ricochet cannon. The core is pretty much not cooked yet because look at that 1 super witch is trying to battle everything. At this point, I'm thinking, am I going to 1-star this? So I get pretty much everything I can, and I rage up the royal champion to the best of my ability. The hog actually end up doing pretty good. I get that invisibility spell. That helped out. The root riders in the core are kind of tearing it up. Last 2 druids are in on that, the skeletons and that 1 super witch that's still up. Queen kind of made her lap all the way around the base. World champion's down. I've just got a bunch of bears, 1 super witch, and the root riders. But look at that 1 healer that is kind of just helping out everything. That baby dragon on the outside is also cleaning. So with that ground expo, look at that phoenix. This is where I point to why the phoenix is so clutch sometimes, because so many people run ground expos. We actually end up getting it done. This was so shocking to me. I thought this was totally in the garbage. It got close because I think I mismanaged that attack, but man, oh man, was I lucky. We still got it done. That shows you the power of this strategy. You can make a bunch of mistakes and you'll still be fine. But there's still some time left to get this army loaded, so let me get that up and then we'll be right back. Okay, boys, it's time for the live attacks, but I wanted to show you something. We've got the opportunity to do really well because we went plus 53 yesterday, and today, defensively, we're actually done quite well. The 3 stars, yeah, they suck. They happen, but someone got a 1 star, and then we got 2 2 stars. I consider those defenses, and I'm happy with that. So let's see if we can take advantage of that. We got the army cooked. Let's start getting into these live attacks and hopefully just bring in some more 3 stars. So, Eagle on the outside. We've got a Rage Tower in the core again, and then Invisibility Tower by the Town Hall. I'm debating to land on the Monolith and just taking care of the Invisibility Tower, but I'm also thinking of landing at 12 o'clock kind of on the mortar or the bomb tower to get the ricochet cannon out of the way. Let's take the ricochet cannon and then walk through the eagle. So let's go here, invisibility, invisibility, land there, take out the enemy queen, and then let's get the super witches to draw this way, apprentice warden, 2 druids, get our king into this compartment, and then queen right away, pop our ability. I'm going to wait on the druids just a bit for them. And then at this point, everything should go towards where we want them to go. I'm going to keep a rage up soon on the super witches. King decides to not join the party. That's not good. Because I felt like he could have actually done very well for us if he had stayed there. Okay, let's get 2 more druids. Rage on these druids to keep everything alive. At this point, I'm going to put a jump here. I know it's a little bit of a weird angle, but it's more so to see if the king... Okay, yeah, the king is definitely going for his walk, so I really need to now focus on these witches and keep them alive for the rest of this attack. So let's get in 2 more druids. I'm going to send my royal champion actually in the core this time because we kind of got to see what we can do. Let's invis the invisibility tower just because I want to make sure that goes down or it will really mess me up because I got to make sure the town hall goes down at the end of the day. I'm going to pop my king ability, open up those walls. Ricochet cannon goes down. At this point, we've got no more spells left. But we still have the RC ability, so that's actually very clutch. I'm going to pop it pretty soon as she takes 1 more hit. That should be enough. We still got super witches up, but that monolith needs to go down, and that's where the royal champion comes in. And then, actually, the queen starts targeting it. Oh, that's super nice. But queen, go, take that down, and then we should be good. The rest of it is kind of just cleanup, so let's get some more barbs, some archers in. That witch takes out that. And then royal champion's up, queen's still up, and then we got, what is that, 2 super witches? Yeah, okay, so the first attack, money again. You love to see that. And honestly, guys, it's just super duper good. And you can kind of make little bit mistakes. That king kind of sucked walking away. I feel like I didn't set the funnel properly with my queen, so we can go back and watch that because I think that will be a good thing we can all learn from. Let's check this out. So the idea here. Totally could have landed on the monolith. I didn't like that pathing. I don't know what it was. I didn't want to leave the eagle for the backside. And for me, the super witches, I always like going towards the eagle. It's a thing Itsu mentions all the time, and I think it's a thing that's really valuable. And then for me, I was just like, you know what? I'll invest the invisibility on this mortar, this healing hut, this mortar, this bomb tower, so we can land directly on the ricochet cannon, and that'll help us because that'll take out the enemy queen. From there, I was hoping my super witches and king would go through these walls and get towards the core, and then my queen would take out this area. But I was a little too slow on my queen. I felt like if I had popped her ability, like put her down ASAP, start clearing that, then my king would have went to the proper area. At the end of the day, it didn't end up mattering, but it's a little thing I still want to mention because I feel like that's not a mistake you guys should make. So here comes the fireball, lands there, takes out that whole compartment. Then you have to lure back your warden with the super witches. I dropped 2 druids right away. Reason being, sometimes when I do them off-angled, it kind of annoys me. But check this out. So the queens get dropped, but look at that king. He's already veering off to that compartment. I thought once they took out that arch tower, he'd turn back. He ends up turning back, but now that wall breaker's a little bit late. But even, he still wasn't. So I was kind of surprised by that. But that mistake is definitely on me. So now that I know he's going down the outside, I have to deal with the ice golems that come from the CC. At this point, I have to keep the druids raged up. Because with that rage tower, all those infernos, I know I got to be really careful with these druids. So I get another rage spell in, and I kind of overlapped it, was panicking. Then I got this jump spell. You'll see the placement. It's not out here because I don't want my super witches to go there. I want them to go towards the town hall. That's why I put the jump spell there. I could have angled it even better to get through this set of walls here. I didn't. It was all good. Royal champion, usually I use on the flanks, but this time I was like, you know what? I don't have my king. I just have the super witches and queen. And my warden decided to follow my king. So at that point, I decided I need to send the Royal Champion in the middle and help gut that. And at this point, I kept the freezes on the invisibility tower. Reason being, if that invisibility pops, I don't get the Town Hall and everything kind of walks away. So that would have been annoying. And then I dropped my King ability. He was kind of walking out the outside. I could have waited a little bit longer to get some more values out of the actual Earthquake spell. Earthquake ability, sorry. But it ended up not mattering, and we kind of just crushed the rest of the space. So honestly, I love the attack strategy. We're 2 for 2 with it. We just did a CWL attack. So post nerf, I think it just works just as well. The only change we've made, again, is the Earthquake boots. But I genuinely think anything does work. Let's get this up while we're all here. Get this loaded. And see if we can make this 3 for 3. Because that's the plan. Okay, so a little bit more compact. These ones you got to be a little bit careful of. They can be kind of annoying to deal with. But with these, you can get some solid fireball value. So if I could just land on the Expo, I would totally be cool with that. And then have my queen walk up towards 9 o'clock. And then we could just kind of smash the core. So let's get my warden in here a little bit off-centered. And then boom, boom, boom. Fireball. That should land on the Expo. Take out all of that. And then I'm going to get my Super Witches to walk up this way. I'm going to put my Queen down early this time. Apprentice Warden. I can delay the Druids a bit. King, Super Wall Breaker. Siege up here. And at this point, just going to get 2 more Druids in. Going to keep them raged up. Monolith always attracts my King. Don't know why, but he does. It's fine. Gank, 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 gank. Turn around, turn around. Don't be crazy. Another Super Wall Breaker. And then another one after that to get through as many walls as I can. 2 more Druids. Make sure everything stays up. Here comes the CC. I'm going to use it on the Queen too. Kind of a little bit weird angled if I'm being completely honest. But we could probably use the King ability right now so we can get that back end poison tower. No, it doesn't quite work like that. How we want it, but that's fine. 2 more Druids. Royal Champion soon, maybe from the top area. At this point, we really got to keep this main portion of our attack up because we don't have much left. Royal Champion's going to get locked onto by that single target Inferno. That's fine. I'm going to pop our ability there. Druids are still doing okay. I'm going to get 2 more Druids in, and then I'm going to use a freeze on the Town Hall. And then these Druids we really need to clutch. I'm going to put a Baby Dragon here. The hope was it to go towards a Ricochet Cannon. It doesn't quite end up there. Get some Wizards out for cleanup. At this point, I'm really hoping we can get the Town Hall. Okay, so we get the Town Hall. Royal Champion does still have Spirit Fox up. But I just don't think I have the juice for the at the end part. But we'll see. It all actually depends if that Royal Champion can stay up. And if she does, that's great. That last Super Witch, can you take out the Ricochet Cannon? You can. That was amazing. My Royal Champion is still up fighting the enemy king. Can go down. Oh, this is so close because there's literally 1 building left. And it's that Tesla that's going to cause a problem. But I honestly think that mortar is going to take out my queen. Is it? Please don't. Oh my gosh, it doesn't go down. Spirit Fox takes out that wizard tower. Are we genuinely going to save this? I don't know. I don't think so. Because my... Oh. Okay, it's up to these barbs and archers. Can that skeleton tank long enough? I don't know. Oh my god, the Spirit Fox is there. The Spirit Fox is there. What? If this somehow happens, this is crazy. No way, I did not deserve that. But mind you, time is still of the essence. 20 seconds left. I think these are the last 2 buildings though. Oh my god, I can't believe we got that. Chalk that up to Lady Luck because I did not deserve that. That was actually insane. Holy smokes, I got lucky. So let's go watch that one again. This time the fireball value honestly was pretty decent, but I should have expected this because in a base perspective, the cloned queens weren't going to get that much value because if I drop the clones right away, they're kind of just hitting these little trash buildings with the monolith plucking at them. So that was a little bit of a mistake. I think the fireball genuinely was actually pretty solid because we landed on that expo. That took out 5, 6 defenses. So once you get that, like, you can never really complain. So watch this. Fireball goes off. It did its job. Got all those defenses, all those kind of trash buildings as well. Lure the Warden. I waited as long as possible as I could. And then for the Druids. The Queen I let drop. Didn't use her ability to put the King in. Super Wall Breakers coming in now. King kind of always acts annoying. He kind of wants to walk away. but I really saved it with getting that Dark Elixir storage down, and at this point I got a Rage on the Druids, needed to freeze the Monolith. Queens are doing still fine, but look at the King. He's still trying to walk away, but I was so lucky that Super Wall Breaker actually ended up working. Get another one in as he was trying to walk, got another one in, but they target the Monolith department. That sucked, and at this point I needed to deal with the poison, like the Queen and the CC, so I dropped my poison, but it doesn't get the Ice Golems, it actually gets the enemy Queen, which was also fine because I feel like the enemy Queen would have done a lot of damage to us. At this point, I'm like, I need this wall destroyed, so I'll hit my King ability, hoping the Spiky Ball would get this Poison Tower. Doesn't. So I was like, oh man, this is not good. Where do I put my Druids? Where do I put my Royal Champion? The hope here with this Baby Dragon was to get out this Ricochet Cannon. And I was like, you know what? Let's send my Royal Champion at the top side. She needs to take care of that Expo single target Inferno. I'll burn her ability once that Inferno locks onto her and like ramps up. At this point, I have one free spell left that I need to use on the Town Hall. I can't lie. This was, yes, like 5% skill, 95% luck. We got extremely good like value from this last Super Witch that was up. Her taking care of that Ricochet Cannon later, because look at this Witch. It got it down super low, but that one that's targeting the Elixir Collector really made it happen for us. But the rest of the base, Baby Dragon did amazing work. World Champion did a lot. But look at that little Witch. It survives the the Ricochet Cannon, gets through the Tesla, and look at that little skeleton and the Spirit Box. They take out that Tesla for me because the little big skelly kind of tanks forward. But my oh my, that was honestly awesome. And that puts us at 3 for 3 start. So we have 5 more attacks left. The army's still getting loaded, so let me get that up, and then we'll be right back with the next attack. Also, if I'm being completely honest, I have gotten lucky. Like that first attack, third attack that we just did, they have been lucky. So it shows really how strong this army is if you can limit the mistakes. So some of these mistakes I'm making, don't make. Obviously, you can get a little bit rusty when I'm switching so many attacks. Obviously, that's not an excuse, but it's a thing I want you guys to be careful of. So we got everything loaded. Let's hit this next attack and see what we can do. So, Town Hall's over here. And you guys know me. I love to go for a little bit of a crazy stuff. So, you know what? How about we fireball one of these Ricochet compartments? It doesn't matter if you did 12 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And then we'll go right towards the Eagle, jump in towards the Monolith, and then end off at the Town Hall. Risky, but I think it's going to be fun. So let's go here. I might make these two invisible just to land a little bit deeper and make sure everything goes down there. Then get the Super Witches, Apprentice Warden, 2 Druids, Super Wall Breaker, and I'm going to hit the Queen ability right away this time. 2 Druids, and then I'm going to get a King in as well. I'm going to let all that work. Another Super Wall Breaker over there to help them. And then a Super Wall Breaker to make sure we get through that first set of walls. Yes, that's great. I'm going to get a Rage spell down on the Druids to make sure we stay up and get through towards this compartment. Okay, King was about to leave. Can't have that happening. Jump spell here now. Okay, everything's looking fine. Just going to keep everything raged up. Poison spell now at the heroes. King ability opens up all those walls. Okay, that was awesome. Poison spell. Get a free spell down there. I'm going to put my Royal Champion up top, just as she has some Root Rider tanking as well. I'm going to get the rest of my 2 Druids in here. Baby Dragon at this Tesla just for some funneling. And then honestly, at this point, I really just need to be careful of the Monolith. Everything else is looking quite healthy, if I'm being fair. Let's get in a Rage here. I don't really need a freeze. It's not targeted on anything too important to me right now, so I'm just going to save it for the Town Hall, I think. So let's go here. Everything's looking good, looking good. Freeze on the Town Hall like now. I think that should be fine. Royal Champion's good. I'm going to put some cleanup troops in now. Get the Barbs, Archers. Got an invisibility spell if we need it. I will use it for the backside, just Archer Tower. At this point, just to keep everything up. But honestly, it's smoked again. We'll drop the invisibility, pop the Royal Champion ability, and clean the rest of this up. We go the opposite side of the Town Hall again, and it works to perfection. We love that. I think, I don't know, it just suits my style more, guys. Like, it's just something that works well for me, and it has for the longest time. Because for me, I feel like, yeah, sure, I can go towards the Town Hall, deal with the CC. I get bogged down in the Town Hall poison, the CC, and the Monolith, correct? But then on the backside, I still have to deal with poison towers, scatter shots, and multi-archer towers, and the Eagle. So my troops get slowed down, some go down. So I feel like, you know what? Why not take care of one of these compartments right off the bat? I'll have the funneling down. Next, I can break into this this multi-inferno. I can have my queen take care of this compartment. And the one thing I forgot to mention is I actually dropped a super wall breaker just so she could go in there so my king doesn't actually avert out. Because you'll notice that in the attack, the king does want to leave. And this time, why'd I use only one invisibility spell? That's because I just wanted to land a little bit deeper on this archer tower or the ricochet cannon just to make sure we get every building. Sometimes if you get the wizard tower and your earthquake's kind of a little bit off angled, it doesn't quite get the ricochet cannon. So that's why I dropped that. Then drop the earthquake spell, get that whole compartment. We even got the backside expo and scatter. Mwah, chef's kiss, that was beautiful. Super wall breaker in, and then queen up top, pop her ability this time quickly. Siege barracks, 2 druids, super wall breaker. They're going to take care of that whole compartment. King again was trying his best to walk away from us, but I get another super wall breaker to make sure one of these walls goes down in front of that small archer tower, just because I need to make sure that's open. And this is where the earthquake boots came in so clutch, guys. Did you see how many walls it took down? So that buff is really paying off. And look at the cloned queens. They take care of that top side. Put my jump spell down. And my poison. You guys are like, why'd you drop the poison at a little bit of a weird angle? I saw all the heroes there, so I was just like, you know what? I'll preemptively put it, drop the king ability, and it opened up the rest of the base. At this point, just freeze the monolith as it's locked onto my king to save it as long as he can, but he still ended up hitting the Phoenix ability. And you're like, why'd you put the Royal Champion at 12 o'clock? Well, because the Root Riders were there, I knew they were going to provide at least some tanking for it. And then I just kept the Druids on towards the main push and not... I could have sent 2 with the Royal Champion, but I feel like they would have been better suited here for the Monolith and ending off at the Town Hall. So I think that was a good idea. At this point, still have a freeze, invis. I don't even end up using the invisibility. Obviously, I used it at the end of the attack, but didn't really need it because the attack kind of went very smoothly. We end off with the Royal Champion ability. Made it so it was super easy. But I'm telling you guys, this is the go-to army. We're 4 for 4. Showed it in CWL. It works everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's regular war or CWL. It genuinely is the best army. And I'm not saying that just because, oh, I could put it in the title. No, I've said this before the update came out. Now that the update is out with all the buffs, I said this army is still going to be number 1. And I stand by that. Got everything loaded. Let's hit the next one. See if we can continue this train on. Another compact base. So remember, keep in mind, we have to be more careful here because it was kind of tough last time. Again, do we end off at the Town Hall, though, is the question. And I genuinely think it is. Even if it doesn't go as well, I feel like it's the better direction to go. So let's again do our little trick where we land a little bit deeper in the base to land on that expo so we can take care of that poison tower. So let's see if we can kind of angle it like this. It will target probably the warden, and that's still fine. So let's get our super witches back this way. Apprentice warden for right now. I'm going to drop my queen over here with her ability, 2 druids. Super wall breaker there to get 2 more druids here. And then I'm going to get my king in soon. I'm just waiting a little bit just because everything kind of can get a little bit scary here. 2 wizards here to make sure everything goes in. Here comes the CC. Freeze there. Just don't want everything doing too much damage. Siege barracks out here. And at this point, we're looking good. Gonna keep these druids coming. I'm gonna get a rage spell in here to make sure everything stays up. And then honestly, I'll pop my king ability to open up the first set of walls. And then let's keep these rages going here to keep everything alive. I'm gonna jump spell here towards the Town Hall. And I'm gonna drop my Royal Champion here because the P.E.K.K.A.s are kind of tanking. I know it's a little bit reckless, but I think it is the move. Free spell on this backside. Another druid in. Royal Champion should hopefully take the rest of this out. Get another rage in here for the druids. Where are my super witches at? Right there. King's kind of doing okay. Back section is looking gross. Gonna have to pop my Royal Champion ability soon. And at this point, I gotta save this Town Hall. Even if we don't get the 3-star, you gotta make sure the Town Hall goes down. And that's what I'm looking for at this point. Get invisibility on the Royal Champion. She's going to actually go for the enemy queen. I don't know how I feel about that. Because we got to make sure this Town Hall goes down. 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 Oh my god, the Town Hall doesn't go down. Oh my god, we just 1-starred. Okay, I'm sending in a baby dragon. Because nothing could really target air. I'm going to distract this multi-archer tower for as long as possible. Can this baby dragon do it? Baby dragon, I need you to take like 2 shots. That's it. 2 shots. 2 shots. Oh my god, we've just fudging one starred. Oh, ain't no way we crushed the perfect day with that. That is awful. Oh my gosh, it was bound to happen, but it's all good. I'll get the next attacks loaded, and then we should be fine. The emotions were running high, but I actually forgot to show that replay. So let's go check that out again. It sucks that we one star, especially how the day was going. We were doing so well. But when you're trying to be the hero every attack and you're going from the opposite side of the town hall, you gotta expect this. This can happen. This is the stuff you don't want happening. So for you guys, I'd recommend maybe just go towards the town hall. But I felt like it was fun. It was worth it. Obviously, it hurts and probably isn't worth it, I would say. But hey, man, at least we enjoyed it. So go here. I get my warden down, put the invisibility down. I should have had dropped one more at the warden. But we still got the poison tower. So it actually ended up being fine. At this point, I get my super witches to lure back down here. I think the one thing I didn't like was my pathing, maybe. Drop my queen ability, and because my king kind of veers up towards these trash buildings. That's not what you want. You want your king to join up with your super witches. And one of the super witches got locked on early, and I didn't notice. So I guess I was a little bit slow on my freeze on that single target inferno. So right away, two of my witches are already down. No, one of my witches is down. And at that early stage of the attack, you can't have that happening. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. And then the single target inferno locks onto another super witch. This time I have to click my king ability. But look, I was late again. So that knocked off one more super witch. Didn't see that during the attack. So I'm glad we actually watched this back. That's two super witches due to having poor management of your freeze spells. So that's good we saw that, because that's a mistake you guys I don't want making, because this hurts when you don't get a 3-star. I'm not going to say it should have been or it would have been, but I feel like if you correct those mistakes and the super witches stay up, I think we could have dealt with this backside, because we only had these 4 key defenses left, and the rest are just kind of like mortars, which we're not too worried about. But hey, you can't. That's what happens when you make mistakes like that. You just can't let them happen. All good. Let's go in for our next attack, and hopefully we can remain locked back in, because we're still doing good. We're should be going positive if we just end up doing like decent enough. Okay, so I hate these bases, but when you see double invis like this, you land on one of the invisibility compartments and don't complain at all. I'm going to go for the top side one because I want to go towards and through the eagle. I'm less scared of the monolith, so I'm just going to land here on the wizard tower. I'm going to get a invis down just because I don't want my warden taking too much damage. So I'm just going to drop it there. That should take out the whole compartment. 3 super witches up top, apprentice warden, 2 druids, super wall breaker, queen over here, her ability, 2 druids, siege barracks, and then I'm going to put my king. I just combined that with my queen. But okay, let's go there. Another super wall breaker, make sure we get towards the eagle and go through that. And then I'm going to get another super wall breaker right after that to get into the next compartment. And at this point, we're just going to keep a rage steady here with 2 more druids coming in, just to make sure we get through the compartment. I'm going to pop my king ability to make sure we go towards the town hall. Save the jump for the backside. I'm going to get a freeze here and poison to deal with that. Druids are looking good, so I'm going to keep a rage up on them to make sure everything stays alive. I'm going to put my royal champion to clean this flank, and I'll actually drop... No, I need the 2... Okay, the druids do end up going that way. That's fine. I would have liked them to go and join this direction, but it's fine because they will heal up my royal champion. I'm going to get in a headhunter to see if they can help the enemy queen. I'll get in a rage spell because I don't have any druids here. So it's kind of just up to these super witches and everything. Expo goes down, that's great. And then if I need, I will put an invisibility spell here. Keep those super witches healthy. But I think we should be fine. Everything else looks good. Yeah, we've got the healing up of the druids on the royal champion. And the rest are just a couple Teslas that we can kind of just put the rest of these barbs. Archers don't matter. Pop her ability, clear the rest of this. That's how attacks should go. But obviously that last one was just disgusting. But again, I like showing my fails too. A lot of you guys say you enjoy it as well. Not because you're laughing at me, but even if you are, that's cool too. It was funny. But it's more so like planning around them and learning from them. Because I feel like they're not the end of the world. Like they happen to all of us. But it's more so a thing where we can take away and look from the mistakes that we learned. Like, look, what was I doing there with the super witches, letting them go down when I have free spells? But besides that point, let's focus on this attack. When I see 2 invisibility compartments on the outside like this, I know I'm going to fireball one of them. Why did I decide to fireball the top one? Well, because I always like going towards the eagle and through it. Towards and right through it. Just because I don't know, I don't like the eagle always shooting at me if I start from the backside on the monolith. And another thing that I will show and I'll explain a little later on is I really liked our placement of our king ability. You'll see what I mean. I'll explain that once we get there. So here comes the monolith, my warden, and look what I do. I put an invisibility spell. Why'd I do that? Main reason being is because I didn't want that Expo and Ricochet Cannon to do too much damage to my unicorn. I wanted that to stay up. Then I needed to lure my warden back up towards the top. This time I delay my king. I'm going to wait. I'm going to put 2 druids right away just because I want them to heal at the same pace. Then I get 2 more druids and pop the queen ability, have that little trick going on for that side. At this point, I'm getting in my super wall breakers as deep as I can into the base. Yes, they're going to target this Expo, but I'm not too worried about that. And this is entirely where the Earthquake Boots comes into effect. Usually what you could have done is you could have panicked. You're like, my troops aren't going to the core. What do I do? You could have used your jump spell. But I didn't want to. I was like, well, I have the Earthquake Boots. Let's pop its ability, get towards the Town Hall, keep everything healthy, pop that Invisibility Tower, and put the jump spell here. So we took care of the Invisibility Tower, opened up the walls, and saved our jump for the backside. You really can't ask for much more. And at this point, you're like, where are you going to put the World Champion? Well, I see the funneling. I'm like, all clear up at the right-hand side. Tried getting these these druids, like, angled towards the main push. Didn't quite happen, so they went towards the World Champion. Didn't end up mattering because I had an invisibility and a rage left, and I just rage the troops up, have the freeze, the invisibility on the super witches to just keep them up through the monolith and the Inferno Tower, and then pop your World Champion at the end. But again, that's another 3-star. And something we're really learning to do is just like any type of base, this is the best attack. Seriously, even after the 1-star. 1-stars happen, 2-stars happen. The 1-stars you really want to avoid. I could have avoided that, but that's me just being ballsy of always trying to go for the 3-star because that's what I want. At the end of the day, I want these videos to be enjoyable, but I also wanted to see how far we can push the boundaries. Can we get the 3-star if we go from that far of an approach? And I'll make the mistakes, and if you guys can learn from them, I'll be more happy with your guys' success. So we've got 2 attacks left. We're minus 42 right now, so we definitely are going positive. But we got to end off 2 more 3-stars just because I want to go 7 for 8. If we can do that, I'd be very, very happy. Okay, boys, let's see if we can end this off on a solid note. We got everything cooked up. Oh, okay. Invis in the core. And then we're looking at CC up here, Monolith. Eagles in the core too. So, you know what? Let's just land on that Poison Tower. So I'm going to get my Warden in here. 2 invisibilities there, and then I'm going to drop my Fireball now. It goes kind of at that Bomb Tower, so a little bit of a weird angle, so that's fine. Let's get our Super Witches here. 2 Druids, Apprentice Warden. I'm going to get my King in early, and then I'm going to set in a Headhunter early as well. Queen ability here. 2 Druids, Siege Barracks. I'll get in a Super Wall Breaker for them too, you know, why not? Super Wall Breaker for these troops. Baby Dragon up here to make sure these troops actually stay towards that direction. King's about to get pelted. That's awesome. We love to see that. Another Super Wall Breaker to make sure we get in towards there. Can that Super Wall Breaker make it? Yes, he can. That was great. 2 more Druids here. And then we should be okay. I'm going to pop the King ability now. Take out that Invisibility Tower. Make all that invisible. That's fine. But they're going to load back up, and they should totally be fine because they'll see the Eagle still there. So I'm going to get a Rage spell here to keep the healing up. 2 more Druids. Root Rider, my World Champion right here. Jump outside this on the back. Free spell on the Monolith. I could have used my Root Rider, my World Champion. Why do I keep calling it Root Rider? On this top side, but I don't think it'll end up mattering. So, let's see. Let's put a Rage spell here on the World Champion. Let's see if she can crush through the Ricochet Cannon. And then I'll keep a free spell up here. And I think we honestly should be fine. 2 Wizards down here for cleanup. Barbs and archers here for just some distraction, really. And I think we totally should be fine. My queen's still up. That jump spell is going to be awesome. And yeah, that's totally good. I think we dealt with that invisibility tower just, perfectly, really. I was really happy with that attack, actually. Because that invisibility tower didn't cause too much problems. Because in the core, once we popped the king ability, it goes up, but the next nearest building was the one the queen was on, so once the invisibility wears off, all the troops still stay in the core. We didn't have a jump spell down for them to just go running off in that direction, so that one worked well. We'll quickly just walk through that replay once the army's loaded, so let's just quickly look through this. Fireball, how did I feel? Let's just say okay, because it landed on that bomb tower that I wasn't too happy with. I did end up getting the RC, which was cool, but I left the queen up, this scatter, this bomb tower, so it wasn't perfect. Then I just kind of lured the super witches in to get the warden, and then I had to make sure my queen was down this time to start setting the funnel, get my king and get a headhunter in to make sure that enemy queen goes down with taking out too much damage. Here at this point, I'll pause. The reason I put a baby dragon here was to make sure my king does not walk up to that direction. So that's why I had to put this down, so those super witches and king don't have any other direction to go but there. Queens end up just nuking the enemy king because my queen's got Frosty with it, and Frosty slowing down that king. So that was awesome. This last super wall breaker was the most key detail to make sure we get through the wall. At this point is why I clicked my king ability. I didn't need to. I clicked it because I was just like, you know what? Let's take down this invisibility tower early. So boom, lands on everything. That goes off. King's kind of veering off to the right-hand side, so I was like, that's fine. Super witches are going towards that multi-arch tower, but once that goes down, they're going to veer back in towards the core. And here is why I put the royal champion, because the king was still up. So I was like, you know what? I'll put my royal champion there. He's going to use his Phoenix ability. That'll provide even more tanking. I could have put it up top here with the Root Riders. It really didn't matter. At this point, I have so many spells left. 2 rages, 1 freeze. The rage I invest is 1 into the core where the troops are, and I don't have any more druids. So just keep them, see if they can go towards the CC. At this point, I get a rage on my RC just because I want to take care of the ricochet cannon. So pop her ability, she gets through the rest of that. So yes, the hog puppet haste files still work. You just gotta be a little bit more, what do you want to call it, economical, I'd say. And I think that will do it for you. So let's see. 35 seconds, I don't care. Let's see. Everything's good. Let's see if we can end the video off 7 for 8. That would really make me happy. Okay, so 2 rage towers. Can't lie, I'm a little bit scared. But if I can land on that ricochet cannon, all my fright will be away. So I'm going to get 2 invisibilities. 1 here, 1 here. Let that land. Then land my fireball. That should be perfect. And then we're going to walk towards the top side. Because again, what do we like to do? We like to go towards and through the eagle. Pop my queen ability. 2 druids, siege barracks. King here, super wall breaker. Now let's start getting everything in. Another super wall breaker to make sure we get in towards the core. Druids are doing a great job. I'm going to let them do their thing. I'm going to rage in, and I'm going to get 2 more druids. Get a poison spell down. I'm not going to use my jump spell just yet. I feel like I don't need it. I'll use it once my king gets a little close. I need him to get a little closer, king. Help me out here. Rage here. I'm going to put my 2 druids in a little later. Don't need them. King ability now. Then I'll put my jump spell here at this corner. 2 more druids in. Let's go, druids. I need you. Freeze here. Boom. Rage on these druids on this backside. Another freeze. Royal champion up here to deal with that scatter shot. Baby dragon. Not yet. Not yet. Don't really need it. Okay, RC's doing fine. Once her ability goes off, she'll be doing even better. How's the core looking? Fine. I do really need that monolith to go down. Gonna set in a headhunter in. Get the monolith down. Ooh, the enemy queen's gonna be annoying. But do I still have Frosty up? No, but that's fine. I'm going to pop the royal champion ability now. Speed through these defenses. And I think we should be good. Money again, boys. That's what I'm telling you. One mistake is all we made. It was just that one mistake. And we would have had a perfect day. Genuinely telling you guys to use this. I think you guys will love it. I'm being honest when I say this. It's my favorite army right now in the game. I love Fireball. I love Super Witches. And I think them just mesh together. They work so well. And you know what? Let's just finish it off. We'll watch that replay again. Just because, why not? Just to keep everything kind of light and fun. But I think our Fireball was excellent. Main reason being why I wanted to land on this Ricochet Cannon, and you could have done either side because it's symmetrical, is because then I can take out that Rage Tower so it won't affect me later on. So I was just like, you know what, let's invest the invisibilities this time. I think it's worth it. Lock off that Fireball, get that to land. That was clutch. And then I get my Super Witches to go up towards and get this Warden lured back up in towards the Eagle, because the funneling was really nice. It's only 2 sets of walls you have to break through. And I'm telling you guys, those Earthquake boots are amazing. Get the king in, super wall breaker. Get another super wall breaker in. I'll go 2 times speed here because the rest of this is kind of nice. All my troops kind of converge in towards this core. I waited long enough for my king just because the rage, these backside defenses aren't really doing anything to my core while the druids are there under rage. I wait for my king to get towards a wizard tower, pop his ability, then get a jump to lead us out of every compartment. I could have put my royal champion at the top side, but I'm like, you know what, let's test her power. Let's see if we can drop her down here and see how much she can get through. Even if she takes damage, I was totally okay with that because I wanted her to just set the funnel and get the last kind of remaining section out of the way, pop her ability, and she just crushes it. So, again, Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like my format. If you guys like this longer stuff and showing every attack, I just feel like it works very well for all of us. We end up going plus 38 with all the defenses. It sucked we got the 1 star, but that's fine. Please like the video, please subscribe, and again, the winners to the giveaway will be announced in about 1 hour's time. Thank you guys again. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace out.